The Indian subcontinent is once again on edge. Tensions between India and Pakistan, two nuclear-armed neighbors, have escalated dramatically in recent months. A deadly attack on Indian tourists in Indian-administered Kashmir in late March 2025 sparked outrage in India. India responded with airstrikes on May 7, 2025, targeting alleged terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan-administered Kashmir and Punjab. Pakistan condemned the strikes as an act of war. The situation remains highly volatile, with both sides exchanging fire across the line of control, the de facto border dividing Kashmir. This latest flare-up is a stark reminder of the deep-rooted animosity and mistrust that has plagued India-Pakistan relations since their independence in 1947. The two countries have fought three major wars, two of them over the disputed territory of Kashmir. Kashmir remains a major flashpoint, with both countries claiming the region in its entirety. The recent violence has raised fears of a wider conflict, one that could have catastrophic consequences for the region and beyond. India has traditionally relied on Russia for military equipment and diplomatic support. However, in recent years, India has been steadily moving closer to the United States and its allies. This shift is driven by a number of factors, including India's growing economy, its desire for advanced military technology, and its concerns about China's assertiveness in the region. India has signed a number of defense deals with the US in recent years, including the purchase of advanced fighter jets and drones. India has also participated in joint military exercises with the US and its allies in the Indo-Pacific region. This growing partnership is a reflection of India's strategic importance as a counterweight to China's growing influence. As India has moved closer to the US, Pakistan has found itself increasingly reliant on China. China has become Pakistan's largest trading partner and its main source of military hardware. China has also invested heavily in infrastructure projects in Pakistan as part of its Belt and Road Initiative. This growing partnership is driven by a convergence of interests. China sees Pakistan as a key partner in its efforts to secure access to the Indian Ocean and counter US influence in the region. Pakistan, for its part, sees China as a reliable ally against India. China's unwavering support for Pakistan, even in the face of international criticism, has further cemented their relationship. The US finds itself in a difficult position as tensions between India and Pakistan escalate. The US has a long-standing strategic partnership with Pakistan, but its relationship with India has grown significantly in recent years. The US is also concerned about the potential for conflict between two nuclear-armed states. The US has called for both sides to exercise restraint and engage in dialogue to de-escalate the situation. The US has also offered to mediate between the two countries. However, the US has been careful not to take sides in the dispute. The US's primary goal is to prevent a wider conflict and maintain stability in the region. Section 5. Russia's stance. Russia has traditionally had close ties with India, dating back to the Cold War era. However, Russia has also developed a strategic partnership with China in recent years. This puts Russia in a delicate position as tensions between India and Pakistan rise. Russia has called for a peaceful resolution of the conflict and urged both sides to refrain from further escalation. Russia has also expressed its willingness to mediate between India and Pakistan. However, Russia's ability to play a constructive role may be limited by its own strained relations with the West and its focus on the war in Ukraine. Section 6. The European Union's role, a call for dialogue and de-escalation. The European Union has called for restraint and dialogue between India and Pakistan. The EU has a strong interest in maintaining peace and stability in South Asia. The EU is a major trading partner of both India and Pakistan and is home to a large diaspora from both countries. The EU has urged both sides to resume talks and address the underlying causes of the conflict, including the Kashmir dispute. The EU has also offered to provide support for dialogue and confidence-building measures. However, the EU's influence in the region is limited, and it is unlikely to play a decisive role in resolving the conflict. Section 7. Internal pressures and public opinion fueling the fire. The current crisis is being fueled by domestic political pressures in both India and Pakistan. In India, the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, or BJP, has taken a hard line against Pakistan, accusing it of supporting terrorism. The BJP's nationalist rhetoric has resonated with many Indians, who are demanding a strong response to the recent attack. In Pakistan, the military wields significant power and has long seen India as an existential threat. The Pakistani military is unlikely to back down from a confrontation with India. especially given the public's strong anti-India sentiment. This dynamic makes it difficult for either side to make concessions or seek a peaceful resolution. Section 8. The risks of escalation, a looming threat to regional stability. The current tensions between India and Pakistan pose a grave threat to regional stability. Both countries possess nuclear weapons, and even a limited conventional conflict could escalate rapidly. The consequences of a nuclear exchange would be catastrophic, not only for India and Pakistan, but for the entire world. The international community must act urgently to prevent further escalation. The US, China, Russia, and other major powers must use their influence to persuade India and Pakistan to step back from the brink. The alternative is too terrible to contemplate. Section 9. Conclusion. The uncertain future of the India-Pakistan conflict. The recent escalation of tensions between India and Pakistan is a stark reminder of the deep-seated animosity and mistrust that continues to plague their relationship. The volatile situation is further complicated by the shifting geopolitical landscape, with India aligning itself more closely with the US and Pakistan deepening its ties with China. While the international community is urging restraint and dialogue, the domestic political pressures in both countries make it difficult to envision a swift and peaceful resolution. The risks of escalation are high, and the potential consequences of a wider conflict are catastrophic. The future of the India-Pakistan conflict remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: the stakes have never been higher.